Hello everyone, Josh here today. Well, we're gonna have a look at the new EARTHWATCH 2019 Rangeman. Here it is, all the things that will come along with your EARTHWATCH 2019 Rangeman. Let's have a look at all the papers real quick before we get to the watch. The watch itself is pretty simple, right? So this is G-Shock, look at the Earth, reference number GW-9404KJ-3JR. 3 stand for the color green, 04 over here tend to be the fourth EARTHWATCH out there. Retails at 53,500 Japanese yen, which is to me quite expensive, but if you buy this thing at retails, you're actually supporting this organization called WildLife Promising. So a portion of this price, I believe 20% if I'm not mistaken, will be donated to helping this organization or funding them to preserve all these animals. In this case, the kakapo, owl or bird, basically they were written down everything's over here in this paper. So that's why you got this. There's on the other side in Japanese, in English over here. And you could see or read a little bit more details in their website, earthwatch.jp. You could see this watch as well being promoted in that website. If you want to contribute directly, go to the site. And if you want to contribute indirectly, purchase the watch at retail from G-Shock stores. I believe to be only in Japan. I've never heard about EARTHWATCH models being released outside of Japan. Council might send a few units outside of Japan, but they're still a JDM version. Should be though. They have been like this for over years now. So you will see a similar pattern on this paper, on the box and on the box sleeve. Literally all the same thing. You'll see love to see and the ear over here in black. This one has changed the world yourself for the slogan of this organization. I almost forgot to show you guys this. It should be the warranty card, right? Here it is from Yodobashi. You guys heard about Yodobashi, right? I made a video talking about the store, one of the most popular place that you should visit if you visit Japan. Go to Yodobashi store, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to find one of these sitting on shelf at lower than retails. So love to see on the earth over here in not black. This one looks a little bit more brown. This bottom layer of the box is brownish, creamish, whatever you call those. Change for yourself again. Love to see on the earth G-Shock stamp and more barcode at the back, GW-9404KJ-3JR, and JA stands for JDM version, and 3410 manual. This will be for altimeter, compass, barometer, and thermometer. The Rangeman itself is just a regular Rangeman. Don't expect anything new. It's just the same Rangeman that you could get from the base model at around 200 bucks, probably lesser than that, but this one around 400 bucks, just because it is new. And the colorway, so you're paying extra for all this limited edition, for the donations and the colorway, for the hype, for the brand, and for the bird. So it is entirely up to you. If you are into this, then go ahead, buy the watch, and if you don't, then just skip the watch. If you just want a Rangeman, you don't care about all this, just purchase the one that's 200 bucks. Go ahead, no problem. If you want something that's limited edition, something that's different from everybody else, and also if you are a collector, you might want something like this, because this kind of model is one of a kind. Cats are not going to be releasing this ever again in this similar pattern, like how they could release all these generic models. So if you want to be different, this is it. It looks simple, right? If you look just like that, look at that. It's just, that is it. A regular Rangeman, but you know what? Let's highlight a little bit all the things that make this specific really special. First of all, the band keeper seems to be basics to me with G-Shock, no off-wash writings at all, just regular band keeper. The buckle is regular as well in silver with Calcio Japan sign at the bottom of it. The watch band is indeed carbon fiber inserted as seen down here. It is indeed similar material, polyurethane. Tops all over there. Change the wall yourself over there. And Calcio used two different kind of printing on this design. I'm not really impressed with this kind of printing. It looks less high definition, like really missing out a lot of pixels. I'm sure Casio could do better than this, but somehow they didn't. Like if you look really closely, you could see all this dotted pattern that made up this bird feather, so that's why it didn't have all this high definition on it. But if you look at this white print, it looks like it is from a different kind of print. Look at that, it's so like being painted on top. So two different kind of printing method, and I prefer this white version instead because it could produce a lot more details. If you own two of this rangeman, you could see that all of this tiny little dot, all of this tiny little pattern will be placed at the exactly similar location, similar way. So Cancer is really precise with their printing, but yeah, they could have done better in my opinion. And also, if you guys didn't know, this is indeed to represent the kakapo bird, which came in green, and overall this is the colorway of the bird. If the bird came in red, then we'll end up with a red rangeman, but the bird now came in green, so this is how it is. To me, this one is better than the rest, the Mod Master and the Gravity Master, and also for the price, I think it's worth it more than the Gravity and Master, the Mod Master as well. And I like the color green. It kind of like camouflage a little bit, right? If I put this thing at the back, barely able to see it, right? So that's kind of cool. And green rangeman happened to be one of the most popular options ever since the 2015 EARTHWATCH, if I'm not mistaken, on the green rangeman. So that one looks really good. The hard case of this rangeman came in green, so that's why you can see the green accent around these gold buttons. So the gold button is one of the things that made this rangeman special as well. It is gold. There are no rangeman yet that came in gold button, so that's unique. And they make this front part silver, the light button, and two of these decorative screws, and the one on top is IP plated to black and matched with this G-Shock lettering on top as well. This is to represent the face of the bird, so this is how it looks like. This is supposed to be the eye, this is supposed to be the face, and that's why you'll see the pattern goes outburst like that to mimic the bird face with the watch face. And the gold highlights around here, I believe, to represent the beak of the bird. Gold eye, gold faceplate around here. I think it look good. And the watch display aren't those regular display. It has a little bit of blue tint or blue hue in it, so that's beautiful. And one more thing that I like is this green accent on this sensor guard. That is simple but really gorgeous in my opinion. Even though the watch looks like, I mean, nothing else. I mean, the function is still the same, everything is just the same. What makes the watch special, again, I need to highlight this many times, is only the colorway. You don't expect to receive new functions, don't expect to receive new technology, new improvement, none of those, just a new print. The watch itself looks incredibly simple when you put it on display. I mean, not as good. Even if you look from poster photo, it looks, well, it's quite normal, not as impressive as previous releases. But when you wear the watch on your wrist, gosh, it looks good. It looks incredibly good. I like the watch better when you wear it. There's something about the pattern, the camouflage kind of like pattern that I like. So that's why I own one of these as well. So yeah, probably this makes me like this. The colorway is quite playful, so this is not for everyone, for collectors only. If you want to be different, this is it. For the function wise, again, you'll have your date and timekeeping, world time, stopwatch, countdown timer, alarm, sunrise and sunset, recall and radio control, and quick access to stopwatch, triple sensor, altimeter, compass, barometer, and back to home timekeeping, and of course EL backlighting. It is indeed solar powered still with scepter again, and if you turn on the light, I believe you could see the EARTHWATCH logo on the background. So that's it. So overall, well, you guys already know how rangeman looks like. The fitting, the size are all just the same. So my full final thoughts and opinion, I gotta say this is worth it if you are looking for something different, something new, something fresh. But I'm not really impressed with the print, but overall it is still a good watch. Still is something that I would recommend if you are a collector. If you're a big fan of rangeman, this one will pop even better when placed alongside of all of your other rangeman. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys' thoughts and opinion are. I'm really 50% of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be keeping this or not. I'm gonna keep it for a few days and see if this watch gonna grow on me or not, and we'll see how it goes in the future. For now, that sums it all. Thank you very much for watching. This is Jeff, and